Hi guys, and welcome to the CorvidCrew. I am as always your gaming Rook, and today is Sunday, so it's another Sunday Vlogs day. Today I'm going to be making people feel a little bit better about themselves and making them feel like their lives are much better by reading some excerpts from mylife.com. If you haven't checked it out already, I would definitely go and do it because it provides sort of my daily humour in a little bit of a nutshell. So let's get started. We'll go for the first one. We'll go for the most uploaded today. Today my water broke and I called my mum, who had agreed to watch the two other kids while I went to the hospital. When I asked her to come over, she just said, "Sorry, now is not a good time." Fuck my life. That kind of sort of shows a little bit towards parenting. I just hope you're a better parent than your mother was, because that is really shitty thing to do there. Today my girlfriend of over 4 years cheated on me in revenge for me abandoning our date last night. I'm a surgeon on call at a local hospital. Holy shit, what a fucking D-bag she was. I do hope you got rid of her. I really hope you got rid of her, because that is absolutely fucking ridiculous that you do that. Today I announced my third pregnancy to my family. My dad's only reaction was to scoff. Really? Stop breeding already. That's a massive punch in the ovaries there. Today I was shopping with my girlfriend when a girl came out of nowhere screaming at me for cheating on her and saying she was dumping me. I've never seen her before and she was almost grinning during her little act, but my girlfriend believed it and now I'm single. That's fucking horrible. Do not do that in the street because it gets people into a lot of shit, and if they've got girlfriends that are paranoid, it does end up with shit like this happening. Don't do it. It's not funny. It's a massive dick move. Oh, here we go. This is a porn one. Today I was browsing porn in my room when my dad barged in. I quickly switched to another tab only to see it was parked on another page of porn. I had another browser window open, so I switched to that. More porn. My dad said, "Right. You need help, son." Well, I agree. It's good. And the comment under this one is 3 strokes and you're out. That's fucking disgusting, although it's probably one of the best friggin' things I've ever heard in my entire life as a comment that's been come back. That's horrible. Why would you watch porn in your room with your parents in the house anyway? Find a quiet day to do it unless you're like 12, in which case you shouldn't be watching porn. Well, no, you still shouldn't be watching porn. You shouldn't know what a vagina is. I don't know what a vagina is. I do know what a vagina is. But it's like, it's one of those weird things. You just don't do it with your parents in the house. It's fucking weird. It's like when people like their own Facebook statuses. I always see it as somebody calling out their own name during orgasm. Today I was playing Monopoly with my kids. It was fun and led to some mock fights. My neighbour, who despises me for being a single mother, used it as an excuse to call the cops on me for abusing my kids. They were too confused to do anything but nod at the officers' accusing questions. Oh my god, that's fucking horrible. Why? What's the problem with people being single mums? I know that I moan about single mums, but if you're playing around with your kids just playing Monopoly, don't be a fucking douchebag and call the police on them. Jesus Christ, like, I have mock fights with my mother all the time. If my neighbour called like the police every time I had a really mock fight with my mother where we got a little bit heated and shouted at each other, like, she'd be in prison like for fucking ages. Christ, man, Christ. Anyway, next up, we're going to look at, I think I'm going to Google search something else. Let's see. Weird things. Hang on, let's not go for weird things. Let's go for creepy things kids say. Okay, here we go. Things kids say. Scary website, scary for kids. Creepy things children say to their parents. An internet forum. Here we go. A friend of mine's child told him, "Daddy, I love you so much that I want to cut off your head and carry it around so I can see your face whenever I want." That's fucking weird as shit. Do you see why I don't fucking like children now? Do you understand why I don't like children now? My pie's just kind of down at the side, tittering to herself. My 3-year-old daughter was standing over a newborn baby, looking at him. Then she turned to me and said, "Daddy, it's a monster, we should bury it." I agree with the 3-year-old there, but I mean, I wouldn't go as far to bury it. I mean, lock it in a cupboard in a room. I'd be a terrible father. Jesus. My cousin used to freak my mum out as a child. Whenever her mum would ask why she did something mean or wrong, she would whisper, "The devil told me to do it." Now that's fucking hilarious. That is beautiful. I was babysitting for a little girl and she asked where I had parked my car. I pointed out of the window to my car across the street. She looked at me and said, "Go to it without looking both ways." I asked her why, and she replied, "I want to see someone die." Fuck me! Children are fucking creepy. Jesus Christ. One night I was tucking my 2-year-old son. He said, "Goodbye, Dad." I corrected him and said, "No, we say goodnight." He replied, "I know, but this time it's goodbye." I had to come back and check on him a few times during the night to make sure he was still there. My 3-year-old son was cuddling his grandmother. He took her face in his hands, stared straight into her eyes and said, "You're very old, you will die soon." He then made a point of looking at the clock. Fucking children! My little girl went through a phase where she would just constantly say hi to things. Hi, 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 hi. One day it sounded strange, so I asked her, "What's that you're saying?" She turned around to my... Wow, she turned to face me and whispered, "Die, die, die, die." Fucking hell, Jesus. My niece was sleeping over at her parents' house one night and she had all the lights on in the spare bedroom. I asked her if she was afraid of the dark. She said, "No, I'm afraid of what's in the dark." Now that's that's very clever. That's sort of thinking ahead, really, because people are always scared of the dark when you shouldn't be. You should be scared of people in the dark. My 3-year-old daughter was holding her newborn baby brother for the first time. She looked up at me and asked innocently, "Should I throw him in the fire?" Christ alive. My sister was pregnant and we were having a conversation at the dining room table. My 4-year-old son asked my sister if there was a baby in her belly. She told her there was. He slid out of his chair and headed for the kitchen, saying, "We need to get it out, I'll get the knife." Fucking hell, I'm going to have to stop or I'm going to be having fucking nightmares for the rest of the day. Jeez Louise, that was horrible. So as you can see, guys, I do like making people feel actually quite much better about their life, because it's true that no matter how much shit you're going through at the moment, there is always somebody on Fuck My Life who's posted something that's worse. Just remember that, and also check out fuckmylife.com because it makes me laugh all the time. And it's much, much more worth it than you think it is. And then, of course, there's also the other side of life where you've got creepy children that say really creepy things. There was one that I read the other day, and it was my 3-year-old daughter was sat one night and she said, "I have an imaginary friend, Mummy." And her mum turned around and said, "Oh right, what's her name?" She said, "She doesn't want me to tell you. She doesn't like you. She sleeps on my ceiling and says she wants to eat your heart." And I'm like, right. Okay, that's great. So the reasons I don't want children is A, because they're fucking weird, B, they all look like aliens when they're newborns, and C, they say creepy fucking shit to you without friggin' meaning it. Oh, I mean, I know there's probably a better way that I could bring my kids up so they don't say weird shit, but I don't want kids yet, in case you hadn't already gathered. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this vlog here today. I hope it made you feel a little bit better about yourself and maybe give you some nightmares. I hope it gives you nightmares, because if it does, that'll be pretty awesome. I think you should write in the comments what kind of nightmares you have, and write in the comments any sort of creepy, weird experiences that you've had, because I like to listen to them. I'll read the best ones out next week. If not, I'll just share some of my weird experience with you guys next week, so it's all good. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay cool. Bye.